So I wanted to talk about connecting to Source today. So the first thing we want to know about Source is that it is an element of all that is. Source is everything. So one analogy that I love to use regarding Source is when you use your hand. So if you think of Source as your hand and the finger as a finger, the finger is a finger, but it is also the hand. So you can say that the finger is an extension of Source. So we could think about that as people. We are people, but we are also an aspect of Source. We are an expression of Source, an extension of all that is. So when we understand that we are an element of all that is, we can really associate everything that is with ourselves. So one way that we can connect to Source, and this specifically can help those of us who are empathic in nature or clairsentient, which is clear feeling. So one thing that you can do if you want to connect to Source, if you connect with empathy or um, clairsentience, is just close your eyes and direct your attention to everything around you. So if you close your eyes and you hear the wind outside, you can say, I am the wind. You don't have to consciously say it out loud, but you can just direct your attention, shift your perspective to that of the wind, because you are the wind. You are the ground beneath you. So if you feel the earth beneath you, you can direct your attention to that and shift your perspective to that of the earth beneath you. It is an element of Source. So just by closing your eyes and directing your attention to everything around you and understanding that everything around you is you, you are connecting to Source itself. So another way that you can connect to Source is for those of us who are visually inclined, so those of us who are clairvoyant in nature, which is clear seeing, all you have to do really is close your eyes and envision a light beam shooting out of the top of your head. I mean, there's so many different ways, but that's the simplest way. And the reason why it has to shoot up, and it doesn't have to shoot upwards, it's just those of us who associate Source with God in the traditional sense, we tend to think of God as up, above us, because of how we were raised in religion. So when we think of God as up, it would be beneficial for us to really just imagine the stream of light just shooting up from the top of your head, because it is what connects us to all that is. We have a stream of consciousness, and that consciousness shoots upwards towards Source itself. And by doing that, you can just, imagine that white light just bathing through your body. It is a part of you, and you are connecting to an element of all that is. Same way. And that just helps those of us who are very clairvoyant in nature. So, again, there's so many ways. Those of us who are, I have a lot of clients who are really spiritually evolved, and they're really just knowledgeable about all these spiritual concepts and ideas. So those of us who already understand the concept of higher selves, which is the eternal aspect of us, essentially. Those of us who understand higher selves and Source aspects, which is the aspect of us that is in Source consciousness. So we have Source aspects, a lot of us, who are aspects of our higher selves, the aspects of us that are eternal, that are God. So the thing about Source aspects is you can connect to Source through them as well. So you can close your eyes, and let's say some of these Source aspects can be actual beings, and they can be what we call soul braids. So what a soul braid is basically a being, a higher dimensional being that is in Source consciousness that braids with your consciousness. So we have our primary stream of consciousness, and then we have these Source aspects that can braid with our soul braid, with our consciousness. Excuse me. So when they come down, it is braided with us. So we are those Source aspects. We are these beings. So let's say the being Anubis, that's one of my Source aspects. So Anubis is braided with my consciousness. So the thing about that is, because it is braided, it is a part of me. So I am Anubis. So by just closing your eyes and just saying, I am Anubis, you are connecting to Source. That is the Source aspect of you. So that's just a really sort of esoteric way of connecting to Source, but it really connects with a lot of us, because I know so many of us these days, there's so much spiritual knowledge out there and so much things to learn about in regards to that. So it would be beneficial for those of us who connect with source aspects and connect with higher selves to connect to source that way. Again, there's so many ways you can do the method that I told you about, just connecting to everything around you. You can do the method of just, imagining that beam of light shooting out of the top of your head. There's so many different ways, and there's no way I'm going to touch on all of them. So just feel what feels right for you, what you resonate with. These are just some ways, they're not every way. I hope that this tool that I'm sharing with you, that you're able to maybe utilize it for yourself or see it as useful for yourself. But if it's not useful for you, there are so many other tools out there. So I encourage you to go looking for those tools as well, because there's so much great information out there. And these are just some of the ways that I personally connect with Source, and that I find that have helped others that I've worked with to connect to Source as well. So just to recap, you can just close your eyes and connect to everything that is. If you feel the ground beneath you, just shift your attention to the ground beneath you, because you are the ground. You can shift your attention to the wind if you hear the wind, or if you hear the trees blowing in the wind. You are the trees as well. So that's one way. Light beam is another way. Just imagine that stream of light, warm source energy, shooting up through the top of your head and down through your body. And then the other way is just through your source aspect. So there's so many different ways. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It's just a quick little video on connecting to source. I hope it's useful for you. So thank you guys. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful day. It's such a gorgeous day outside, and I'm about to go out for a little bit with some of my friends and just enjoy the day. So thank you guys so much. Peace and love.